Hi, all. My name is Elizabeth Meeker, and I am the host of the session today. We have Tiana Rodriguez. She is here as our co-host, and we're going to present our nice presenter, Dr. Monica Loas, today. She is with us, and she's going to share some wonderful ideas. I just want you to, we'll do a little few housekeeping things. If you have questions, be sure to type those in the chat, and those will be answered at the end of the session. Also, you will receive your certificate through email, and at the end, we'll provide a super secret word so that you can unlock your certificate and have that. So we're about to get started, and we're so excited you are here and joined us at TCCA today. So Monica, take it away.
All right. Thank you, co-host. So, thank you all for coming to TCCA 2020. Woo! I am so excited to be presenting with y'all to y'all today, and I'm excited to learn from you today. So, we are going to get started. I just want to let you know if you are familiar with Neopod already, please be free to log in, and there's going to be some interactive activities. I also will have all my resources available on my website at edutechga.weebly.com. You also are free to tweet me at edutechga. I am a huge Twitter fan. If you have been to one of my previous sessions, I love social media. So I'm going to get started. Our topic presentation today is digital citizenship and fake news, what to do. Okay, so students are engaged in different tools to keep connected with their friends, such as Snapchat and TikTok, and of course online games. However, students may not know what protecting themselves what it truly means. And so, in addition, fake news is always very common with all social media platforms and video business key. So we kind of want to digital citizenship in a way encompasses a lot, and so we are talking about how to really start developing these digital citizens. So again, as you may already know, due to the streaming limitation of TCCA 2020, no videos will be playing in the live session. However, all presentation and this recording will be available at my website, edutechclub.weebly.com. As our co-host has mentioned, you may put questions in the chat and we will address it periodically. Okay, so my presenter background, this is my 14 years in urban education. I am a auditing ISD. I am also an auditing product. I have my experience as special education, instruction technology specialist, as in skill specialist. I am currently an information and literacy specialist, so I work very closely with one of my co-hosts, and I have been a presenter for district and local community, I'm sorry, curriculum conference. Again, tongue tie. And so, please be free to tag me. Don't forget to tag at TCCA conference and the hashtag TCCA 2020. I'm going your facts and findings. And any questions or comments, just let me know in the YouTube chat below. And my wonderful co-host will let me know if there's any questions or concerns that needs to be addressed throughout the presentation. Okay. So we want to talk about a talking point. Now, this is a little different. I do, we do, you do, due to the fact because we are virtual. But nevertheless, we talk about digital citizenship. Why do we need to know about digital citizenship? What kind of lessons are out there for in terms of digital citizenship, and what can I do for my students? Again, as I mentioned, today's presentation will be in Nearpod. It's a powerful presentation platform, and if your internet allows it, you may join the session live on Nearpod. Again, the link will be in below. If you look on the actually the right here on the top right, I'm sorry, top left. I can't left and right. Ooh, right. You in the left corner, you will see this special code. Okay. So again, if you decide to be in an interactive experience, you go near part and you're gonna see a student that says join the code. that's when you will put that there. Okay? So, so why digital citizenship? Okay? So again, changing the way we approach it is utmost important. So again, thinking about the why. Students of all ages are becoming more proficient using technology, but still need help navigating the online world wherever they post. Because even though it will be there forever, even though the post may be deleted. So, for example, this week, as most of you guys may know, is Digital Citizenship Week. And so when I'm traveling around, because I have library classes in the classroom, I have to I told my students think about a billboard. So when they go out to grocery store and they see all these advertisements, you see billboards, outlining everything. And so the whatever they post out there is out to the public, kind of like a billboard shouting out. So it's very important that they need to understand that whatever they put, whatever they comment on, will be there. It's being deleted because some people some way will have screenshots. Okay. On the COPA website, an online resource has an obligation to protect children under the age of 13. But however, it's all become too easy to lie about age in order to access the website content. Okay? Administration and education alike really kind of need to teach about digital citizenship. So again, digital citizenship is all about being proactive. So keeping passwords secure and complex enough. You want to protect private information, address, and phone. I know some of you, like me, love Facebook and love Twitter, and so, but we still want to be mindful of what we post on around us in the background. Not sharing for personal information that can be used security question. And I know that they always have those little graphic like, what's your quarantine name based on your month, your age, and your favorite color. Well, those month, your age, and favorite color. If a person that uses it that wants to be more malicious, they can actually take that information and really either create a either can gain access to your account or really kind of create an account under your own name. So kind of want to be careful when you kind of do those little quiz that talks about what's your quarantine name, and then you have this happening. Okay. So again, not taking photograph on the street signs and identifying landmarks nearby your home, citing sources, and getting permissions to use the image and resources. Okay, again, copyright in a way, copyright. Uh, Protecting against malware, phishing, and virus. Being professional on and off social media, creating a personal brand. So I like to tell my students to kind of think about students using their college acceptance and scholarship because the way that they portray themselves. Even with people, celebrities now, some people will redig their own tweets and kind of use that against them. So we really want to make sure, in terms of digital citizenship, we have a good footprint going on. And we also research the validity of resources. Again, fake news or troll accounts. Okay. So again, what kind of lessons are out there? Okay, so again, I will focus mainly primary and elementary level. However, the lessons and resource of all resources can be adapted for all ages. The website will have my own personal website will have all my resources. And we will look at common sense media, Spot Patrol, which is more primary, middle school, and high school, and Fictitious 2020. Can you spot the fake news story? Okay. So again, common sense media. So I'm going to click on this right here. Okay. And so what are you looking for? So what you're looking for is, okay, so I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to go right here. This is digital citizenship. Okay. And again, you can get free lessons. So I'm actually going to sign in right now by, let me see, where's my sign in button? I got look at it. Okay. So I'm going to sign in with Google. Okay. And so when I sign in, as you can see, there's resources for kindergarten, bite size. Okay, remember bite size, because sometimes we have so much lessons to teach. Okay, so many, especially in the age of virtual and face to face. So for example, me as a librarian, what I do is that I do have face-to-face classes because my district opens up, face-to-face learning for those parents who chose it. But I still have students who are learning virtually. And so when I'm teaching the students face-to-face, I also have my Chromebook open for students that are learning from home, from virtually. And so it's really important to have those bite size. Even so, me as a librarian, I'm pretty sure some of you as teacher have that same format, teaching both face to face and online at the same time. And again, you also really want to talk about digital citizenship. So this website right here, Common Sense Media, has like about 15 minutes or 20 minutes, something short and simple and to the point that is really wonderful. And again, all resources are there, and I really enjoyed this one because it has resources in Spanish and English. Okay, so for example, let me talk about this. So again, see here's the video. It has your keywords. It shows you definitions. It's saved as PDF, as well as you can see there's lesson side, and you can open it in English or in Spanish. So as you can see, voila. See, we as teachers, do we love pre-made lessons, and it's free? So look at that. So again, Common Sense Media is free. And if you are a parent yourself, speaking Common Sense Media, uh, we want to also there's also a parent section in terms of what movie is good for younger kids. So you kind of want to look into that. These comments that they made for about reviews, as for example, let's look at Over the Moon. Those comments are actually came from students and parents alike. So it's very important for you to really kind of check on Common Sense Media. Okay, so like I said, it is available, customizable in Spanish and English. It's a very versatile resource to teach our aspect. Okay, so if you are in the near part lesson, I also going to go to more in the detail of what these videos and presentations is really looking at. As in, this is basically sense in this is what I do. So again, I use Common Sense Media and I use it to adapt it to my students. Okay, so this lesson that I'm going to show you is actually a lesson that I did with my class, primarily third, fourth, and fifth graders in last year. Okay, so as you can see, this is kind of a background, and I kind of connected with their own way. Now, of course, as you know, due to the streaming limitations of TCCA 2020, we are unable to play the video. But when I did play this video, it really opened my eyes and opened the students' eyes on what they perceive as realistic and what they perceive as fictional. Okay, so this was a Dove commercial that caught my eyes like years ago. This commercial tells the story of a photo shoot, and during post production, the image was manipulated. So, for example, you had the model. She was coming in. You can see she's plain as not plain. That has no makeup, no her extension of hair, anything like that. And so these have people, and it has like a really um, um, fast moving. So what I'm gonna do is this. If you have the Nearpod lesson yourself already on your screen, you can actually look at the video on your own devices. And so I have it right here, but if you don't have it right now, I'm going to explain to you. So going back, so the video shows again the person putting on the makeup. Again, it's like a little fast forward, fast I don't know how you explain it. Like it's just kind of like a time lapse. There you go, a time lapse of her being all what she needs to do, and you can see pictures. So when they put that picture into Photoshop, you can really see the real time manipulation. That so they made her neck longer, her hair longer, her face wider, her shoulders skinnier, and because of that, they push it on a billboard at the end of the video. And so I asked my students, okay, so what do you see right here? And they gave me all sorts of explanations. Oh, that student, they're trying to sell a product. Oh, they're trying to make her look pretty and they really want it. Oh, that's not realistic. So it's all depending on your um audience, your students, how you can adapt the questions. And so it really kind of brought back to the table of why, being vigilant in images is very important. So again, I talk about why do people alter digital photos and videos. Again, essential questions can be adapted in common sense media. So common sense media presentation are editable. So which is really good because sometimes you may need to put in Spanish or put in a different language. You need to take away things, add things because of time. So I had to add things and take away things because I want to make sure that my students was able to check out books. So I made this lesson a little shorter than what I had already. And so you don't also want to think about mini lessons. Again, like I mentioned, you may have just a small amount of time, and so you can basically change these learning objectives to mini lessons. Okay. So again, like I said, common sense media lessons have instruction portion. I actually had the students collaborate with each other. So if they, again, if they're pressed for time, there is definitely a way to include this in warm-ups. And so I had the students, to be honest with you, I did have students who, if they were comfortable speaking in Spanish, they speak in Spanish. They're comfortable in English, then English. So I just kind of want them to get to collaborate more and get to really think. Because as I was walking around, I really heard some really good discussion on why. Again, let's look at this slide of why the photo was altered this way. Okay, and vocabulary is very important for the students to know. So I was explaining to the students is that alter. What do you think alter means? Alter means well to change something looks, and sometimes by using a computer digital tool. So I tied it back to the video that I shared with the commercial just a few slides ago. Say, okay, what what was altered in this image? Well, student said her hairline became puffier, again her neck became longer, her shoulder became skinnier, and so again kind of connect that. And so I asked them, okay, so do you see any image that you look at magazine? I said you guys go to the store, you see magazines, do you see magazine or pictures that doesn't look real? So they kind of get to the thing. So when you talk about digital citizenship, you kind of also want to talk about connected to themselves, to what they are already know. And again, I love how there's also a clear example of these kind of things. Like the students will know. I'm pointing to my screen like you guys can see me. Like with my finger. So we have the more obvious one right here. As you can see, oh, there's no such thing as a tiger bird. So that's good. So what about right here? Can you see the difference between this person and this person? And I'm like, no, yeah, I can see that. There's so and so, and there's so and so, and you get some really good discussion going because whether with themselves or with the whole class or with each other in small groups. Um, I really like. And so again, like I said, I had the students kind of go down there. And so you want it when you do these kind of lessons for digital citizenship, you also kind of want to do like a gradual release model. So as you see, I discuss it and then we do it at the activity. Then later on, you're gonna do what you do. So they kind of talk about which one's real, which one's fake, what's changed, what not, and they had all good explanation to it. So it was really, really, really nice to see the students really engaging with each other. So again, for student the practice, I love it how there's all clear direction and they can be adapted in any learning platform, whether it be Schoology or any of your learning management system. I know some of you use Canvas as one of them. Some of you use Google Classroom. Whatever you choose or Nearpod, these can be adapted to your learning needs. Okay. So again, I love again the clear cut images that they use. I also my student. I also love this common sense media because it's actually connected with the student. To be honest with you, last year I didn't know anything about Zach King. Zach King is some reason he's a way that he can manipulate videos. He's a good manipulator of videos, essentially. And I didn't know anything about him, and I'm always on the internet all the time. So, but my kids did, and so I like how Common Sense Media really kind of connected to students that way. So again, I talked to the students how they did this. They were really interested. They wanted to see more Zach King videos, so I made sure to have that available to extend the topics. Um, and so the last part is that for certain part of the lesson, again, there are student videos available in discussion questions. Those are very student friendly. Okay. Now, before I go on to this next part, does anyone have any questions at this time? Make sure to put it in the chat below. Okay, so it seems that there are none at this time, and so I am going to go on. Now, this is a recently newly discovered website that I would love to pass to my students in Schoology, depending on the age level. And so this talks about the pandemic. As you know, the pandemic has a lot of misinformation going on, and so we really it's because they parents get their news from social media, Facebook and Twitter. Yeah, even though because of the election of 2016, they are trying to clamp down on those kind of things, there are still some misinformation running about. And so you kind of want to think about have the students look at articles at a critical lens. And so I'm going to actually do some of this in a little bit of real time. And again, if you have a near part presentation, this is a great way to participate. So again, this tells the students about the critical eye. So it looks at the sources where and if the information is backed by a thing. And so if you really see that your students are really struggling in understanding what's real, what's fake in articles, please collaborate with your school librarian. We are expert in helping with you with research. We have databases, online databases available to support you as if you are a teacher. And so I would definitely have you guys collaborate. So this is a great activity. If I was with older kids, this would be a great activity to do a pre-assessment of them. So just like what you would do for pre-assessment, any topic, this is a great way to do a pre-assessment on their understanding on how to really break down what is real, what is fake information. So we're gonna start a new game. You're gonna swipe right if you think the article is real. You're gonna swipe left if you think the article is fake. Okay. All right. So we have this. So round one and two. So we gotta look at look at the title, look at the information. Okay, and then and they have to and I like it on the bottom that has the sole source. Okay. So is it NewYorkDailyNews.com? So they kind of want, and to be honest with you, this is a little tricky. I you have if you really read fast, you may think it's real. So you have to it tells the students to really look at what they are looking at. Again, I really enjoy this game. So I will say I'm gonna look. I think it's real. Yeah, it is actually a news article. It talks about the New York State had lower and Center for Accuracy than most new items. However, this is true as we confront it with our own fact checking, and you should too. Okay. So we also talk about you want to read about this, you reading, and you want to look at the source. Okay, think about Infowars. So we absorb the news daily, and we know about Infowars and they're very biased, but because our young students don't know anything biased or not, so you kind of want to think about that. And so let's say, for example, let's put a check mark. 'Cause let me see, I'm a student and I think Infowars is real. Look, it has all this information. It has data. It comes from a talks about Bill and Melinda Gates. Also, let's really look at this. So it is a fake article. And so we talks about fake etiquette, rumor, and fabrication. So again, this is a really good resource to have. And so you kind of want to look at that. See, zero hedge, but it looks notable because it used quotes. Okay, so you kind of want to kind of look into that and see if it really is nice. So I'm going to go back to my Nearpod presentation. Okay, so again, this is great for research purposes as students, whether it be K-12 or college. If you are a college professor, part-time, you would they students will Google information. So that's why certified librarians are very crucial in going digital citizenship savvy students. I'm sorry. Um, so again, result will shock you. Another thing I also enjoy to look at for older kids is spot the trolls. And so, speaking of trolls, so basically, I use BrainPop for my digital citizenship presentation this week with my student, my lessons. And so, the Brain Pop for my third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade because I use Brain Pop Junior for my first and second graders. Again, Brain Pop is a resource that I have because of my district invested in it. So depending on your district, see if they invested in your pot. I'm sorry, Brain Pop, and I would say if they're not, you can see if your principal can really invest in this resource because it's really good for introduction video. Anyway, going back to my lesson this week, I had the students talk about trolls and flame wars and what you do when you get mad or anything like that. And so they have that foundation. They are elementary students, so they have that foundation. Now, as students go older and older, they going to engage in social media, and so they really want to. And again, I like to be honest with you. I believe spot the trolls is actually harder than my previous one. Can you speak the fake news fictitious? Okay, so this is the quiz where you yourself examine images of real social media content and decide whether it be from a legit account or internet troll. Okay, so they talk about a troll is a fake social media account often created to spread misleading information. Each of the 8 profiles include a brief section of a post for a single social media account. You decide if each is an authentic account or professional troll. After each profile, you will review the signs that will help you determine if it is troll or not. So you can click on the profile to get started, or you can review the section below to learn more. And so you click on that, you kind of want to read all that. Now, again, so they talk about students have to really read this and kind of think about it. Okay, so um, and so what you're gonna do is say, I don't know what this is. I think is a whatever. And so when they click on the answer, they're gonna get like a pop up. Okay, so let me see. Yeah. So I have already completed this. That's why you don't see the pop up. But I'm gonna go back to my Nearpod section and see. So essentially, like I said, this is where you look at real images, and whether it be a legitimate account or internet troll. Is great to talk about this election season. And speaking of election season, please check with your district in regards to policy and procedure. Election season is controversial, so different districts depending on different things in regards to talking about the election. Anyway, so there are some language uses here. That's why I kind of recommend this to be for high school and at least around high school college level. Again, after reading the social media posting, the thing you have to choose between troll or real account, and the description is going to show up at the end. The quiz is difficult, but it's necessary to understand how to spot social media trolls and share that information with our students, especially of our students who are voting age. Okay? So, and again, like I said, it was really tricky. The last one really tripped me up. So that's why it's very important to teach our students to view things with a critical eye. Okay. So before I get started in regards to what can I do for my students, does anyone has any question in the chat? And feel free to share it in. Feel free to share your questions in the chat.
There's no questions at the time, Monica. I am so surprised to see so many people from all over, though. But yeah, definitely go ahead and type your questions in the chat, guys. We're here to answer them. Monica's taking breaks, so
Right. So again, continue on. Do thinking about something and notes, and I'm okay. I'm in free. To, I mean, I am able to answer your questions. Okay. So what can I do for my students? So you're gonna decide the next plan of action. Okay. So again, digital citizenship is about being a proactive. So you want to model as a digital citizenship. What I do with my lessons in the library is that I connect to myself in a way. Connect to myself in a way and connect to them. It's like, so what do you think digital citizenship? Well, so and so. Okay, so what about this? So what about that? You kind of want to share stories about yourself. Uh, Again, like I said, you want to research means collaborate with your librarians. They again have different resources that you have. I actually have a book in my library called Sorry, Nerdy Bird Treat, and so it was really nice. I have the students again, like I said, view brain pop. Uh, my first and second grade students, we talk about digital footprint with the brain pop junior video, and so I had the students write, share with me. Of course, I model it. They share with me in regarding to their digital footprint, and so they would share with that print because any library activity is take home. And also, as I mentioned before, I do have a Schoology course, which is again my district learning management system, and I put a topic on there for them. And so they have different responses regarding what the digital citizenship means to them, and so they kind of be and you kind of they kind of engage from each other there. So that's why I really love my Schoology platform. And we also want to talk about updated trends. Okay, so students are really I didn't. I knew of Discord. Discord, if you don't know, it's like a little chatting. It's mostly primarily for gaming, but we also have Twitch. We also have general chat that's embedded in these games. And so you kind of also want to be updated with these current trends because you really want to connect with the students. So when I talk about opening up the floor with digital citizenship this week, I talk about okay, how many of you guys love online games? That you guys do Fortnite, you guys do Among Us, you guys do Minecraft, Roblox. Okay, I try to use Roblox and Minecraft because I know those are typically student appropriate. And so say, okay, so how many of you like tell your friends to talk about this? Okay, how many of you like how many of you do not talk to strangers? How many friends do you have? Kind of, they kind of really kind of know the updated trends with that. I'm not saying you should also, actually be a player, but you have, if you don't have children of your own, you can also have your neighbors, or you have your children, they're already out of the house, and but you really kind of want to connect with them because you have your colleagues that can, help you keep updated because they are also know about all these trends like Fortnite and Minecraft because their kids they don't just talk about it in the library, they talk about it with their teachers, their homeroom teachers all the time. So kind of also really again collaborate and get to know what's going on, what's the upcoming. Okay, so I want to give this time since this is actually the last session of the day, and I want everybody to kind of decompress all the information that they learned since the beginning of our keynote with Michael all the way to now. And so what I have right now is open up a comment section. So this is where my any questions or concerns that you have, you can always go to my website. Again, it is in the chat, on YouTube chat regarding my website. But I also want to mention, I want to know what is your takeaway regarding this presentation. Again, I gave you bite-sized lessons. I told you I use common sense media. I adapted in Nearpod so that any students can access. That's what I did last year. This year, I changed it up for my face-to-face student that doesn't have um, technology. I did the digital footprint for students that did have technology. I had everything hosted at my Schoology. So in a way, digital citizenship, what you can do, you can adapt it to any format, whether you be hybrid, face to face, virtual. Okay. So I want to know what is your main takeaway from this presentation. For my other two presentations, they also put questions in here. So if you want to put questions in here, that's fine. If you don't have Nearpod open, that's fine too. You can always put it in the chat. So this is your time to ask any questions right now.
Monica, we do have a question from Leslie. Leslie
Okay.
asked, are there any high school resources that you can suggest or recommend?
The suggestion I recommend is, of course, the two websites I show you, which is Spot Tutorial and thing. And also, one of the things that's very popular is that you can actually, you know how there's a bunch of resources already, but you can make your own fake Twitter profile and your fake Facebook, and now, students are on Instagram. So you can have them do a fake profile, and you can really assess the student's digital citizenship from there. Like, what would you do if you do this and do that? So those are kind of activities that you have. And again, Common Sense Media. Let me go back to Common Sense Media because they actually have resources available for high school, I believe. So let me check to make sure. So I'm going to go back to digital citizenship. I'm going to go back to see. I had to have ninth grade to 12th grade. So you're going to click on that. Okay. And so you can see what's my digital life, the big data to remember, chatting and red flags. This is very risky. So uh, this is very this following part is a sort of a heavy topic for me. But I do want to explain. So in my district, we have required trainings to do. One of the required training is unfortunately human trafficking, and it is a very deep disturbing topic, but it's necessary for us to learn because the way that human trafficking works now, we have the online, and students are online all the time. Even if they are not virtual, when they say take a break from the virtual classes, they maybe hop on, Snapchat, Instagram, face to face, TikTok, whatever. And so that's how it opens up the world if they don't know how to interact in a way with only their friends. They interact with mostly strangers. So that's why it's very important to really hone in on digital citizenship for high school because that's where the prime age where they think about, is this a good part of me? And they send you pictures. They do sexting. They're taking pictures of themselves, like on the top, undressed and everything. Or and so they send that, and they know their friends, they send it to the boyfriends or girlfriends, and their boyfriend and girlfriend may send it to someone else, and later on it's going to come back to them. And so those are the things that I have. Um, uh, that we need to think about. So again, digital citizenship and lessons in common sense media really help with that high school resources. I hope that makes sense, Leslie.
She said yes, like fake book.
Yes, Facebook, that's it. Yes, like Facebook, that's all good. Yes, perfect.
Any other questions? You're getting a lot of great jobs and a lot of thank yous. This
Ah,
definitely helps us.
good. All right. Yes, teaching digital citizenship is imperative when most of the students are having both online and face-to-face synchronous and asynchronous lesson. We are requiring for students to spend time online, so we have a duty to prepare them for the challenges they bring. I love it. Great minds think alike. And Emily Patrick says, I never explored Common Sense Media, was happy for the opportunity to sign up and explore the website further. That's awesome. I'm glad. Yes, I love Common Sense Media. Again, as educators, whether you be a librarian or a classroom teacher, we just simply don't have time. We have lots of requirements ahead of us. And lots of training. So any website that I can share with you to help you to save some time, that will be a time well spent. So I'm very glad you guys can explore Common Sense Media.
Monica, we have 10 minutes left.
Okay, all right. So thank you, Elizabeth. So if you don't have any questions or concerns, I'm going to move away from this area right here. I would again love to see any comments or questions that you have. Again, there are books out there for digital citizenship. Um, Also, think about digital citizenship. It's talk about digital etiquette. Being nice. So in a way, if you really look at it, some books are really adaptable to digital citizenship. So again, like I said, Nerdy Board Tweets is a really good one to have. You always want to talk to your librarian to see what kind of books they have for teaching digital citizenship that can be used in conjunction with Common Sense Media. And of course, collaborate. Always want to collaborate with your colleagues to see what they learn and what they training plan so far. So, for example, let's go back to the high school version. High school, again, students are on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and they also have apps that unfortunately hide their true intention. And so we kind of want to be vigilant at that. And so think about digital citizenship. We talk about how we can grow our digital citizenship of our students, but we also want to think about growing our digital citizenship of our parents, especially parents of younger students. So if we, in a way, can able to have our parents to have some sort of knowledge on digital citizenship, then they will be in turn influence their own children to make sure make good choices. Like for example, I had a student, my fifth grade student, said that their mom has Facebook, and so they post pictures of themselves on vacation, safe distancing on this past summer, on Facebook, and so they were mentioning about when I grow up, I would do this, this, and this. So again, if we can empower our students and of course our fellow educators with these tools, then we can make sure that our students stay safe and stay vigilant, as well as when they go up to be in voting age, they can really be make informed choices. Okay, so I think that's about it. I'm going to go back to my contact information. You scroll my website. It is almost ready. I just need to add a few more sections. I know you guys want a copy of this presentation, and I will give it to you. It's going to be on student page near part, and it's going to expire a year from now. But I will also have the actual presentation as a backup. So the resources that I talk about will be up and available as soon as possible. I hope we can get it done. I just need to make some nice, slight tweak adjustments. Okay. So if you have any questions or concerns, just let me know in the chat. I think that will be all for now. Don't forget, if you want to, you don't have social media, which is fine. I also have my email address on the screen myself. The QR code will take you to my website. I think that will
I'm
be all
muted.
for now.
Thank you, Monica, so much for your presentation. We really
Thank
did
you.
appreciate it, and gotten a lot of great comments in the
Yay!
chat today. And Angelica's just asking, do we have the password for? I guess it's for the Nearpod, maybe. Angelica.
Yeah, yes, I will make sure that you may not. Oh, password for the super secret word.
Oh, no, I have the super secret word. Sorry, I thought you meant the certificate. Okay. So the
Okay,
certificate word is success. So just make sure that you use that on session 8 today. All right. If you guys don't have anything else, we're just thankful that you all joined TCCA this year. We hope to have it in person next year. So we hope to see everybody back. I thank Dr. Lois for coming and talking with us, and also my co host, Tiana. It's been a wonderful day. Y'all enjoy this beautiful weather outside. So get out and go do some fun stuff.
Bye,
Bye.
y'all.
Bye. Thank you for all for coming. Bye.